Hey guys, so today's plan is to look at a rubric to help you plan your opinion writing so that you know what you're asked to write. So to complete this task, we're going to look at what the branches of the government are. So do you know what the branches of the government are? If you don't, we're going to kind of go through that a little bit. So the first thing I want you to do is click on this link right here that says The Tired King. Watch the video. It's a book, actually kind of a fun book that I think of as fun. Click on it, watch it, and then think about why would it be important for the king to divide his work and who could be hired to do such job. As you ponder about it, pause the video, my video, and think about it. Then think about how our government is much like the end of the story there. Now pause. And now that you're back, think about how is it similar to us, because our government is divided into different responsibilities as well. So I want you to look at this presentation right here, the three branches of the government. And as we go through that, we are going to discuss really what that is. So
I got done with 3 and 4,
so we are going to discuss exactly what that is. So what are the branches of the government? The three branches of the government are executive, legislative, and judicial. The executive is the president and his cabinet. The legislative is the branch that makes the laws. And then the judicial is those who make sure that the laws are upheld. So as we looked at this, the executive branch, you will see that is the president, the vice president. And here are the requirements for the executive branch. The executive, also here are some of the duties. So pause the video and read the duties of the executive. It's mainly the President of the United States. Then we go into the executive branch, which is what we talked about last week and the week before, about the House of Representatives and the Senate. Here are some of those requirements of what a House of Representatives and a senator have to meet to be elected or to even go into campaigning to be elected. Here are the legislative duties. So if you work in the Senate or the House of Representatives, here are some of the things that you might do for the country, okay, you're in charge of. So again, here's some other things. Then there is their judicial branch, which is our Supreme Court. That's where the judges are. There's always 9 justices at a time. When one dies, another one is appointed right away. The president is the only one who can appoint them, and they are appointed for the rest of their lives. So that is the 3 branches of the government. So we need to remember that the 3 branches of the government are the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. Once you have that in mind, I want you to think about which one would be the hardest job to do. So you might have to go back into this presentation and think about which job is the hardest. So as you think about that, I want you to now look at the rubric of our On the Man. You will have to write an essay about which job is the hardest or within the branches of the government. So do people in the executive have the hardest job, the judicial, or the legislative? With that said, I want you to really look at the rubric in your assignment, which is in Google Classroom under the Writing tab. And it's called Branches of the Government Opinion on Demand Writing. Here is your rubric, which you've seen before, but today's task is really, really to look at that rubric and think, what do I need to have in order to be successful? Okay, so your reading and your poster based, you're going to write your you're on demand based on the information that you're given, but you're also going to write it based on what they're asking you in the rubric. So I want you to take the time to look at the rubric and think, what are the things that I want to have in my writing to really make everything a 4 or a 3? So I want you to take this time to do that. And once you do that, you will be done for today.